Hello again. This year I participated in Brackeys Game Jam and thought I would share the development process. To those who don't know what a game jam is a timed event where a bunch of game developers get together and make a game based off of a predetermined theme. I didn't want to participate alone, so I found someone else that needed a programmer. Say hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
This year's theme was Calm Before the Storm, meaning there will probably be a lot of storm games. So my teammate Dan decided to make a driving simulator about depression. Dark turn, I know, but believe it or not, it almost got darker. To start, we split up the project into two sections, 2D and 3D. Since Dan had more experience with 3D than I did, he had me do the 2D section of the game. After figuring out that we lived in drastically different time zones, we got to work. My job was to make the phone UI for the player to interact with. I started by making the phone have apps that could be opened and a home button to go back. I also added a notification dot for the phone app that changes size depending on how many notifications the player has. After I finished the framework of the phone, I added textures, finished the notifications, and added messages and voicemails. Check out this voice acting. Hey, heard about your mother. I'm so sorry for your loss. She was your last family, so it must be very hard for you. If you need anything, call me. After getting the okay from Dan about the phone, I started to work on the dashboard of the car. I was given the option of either making the dashboard in 2D or 3D, but opted for 3D because I thought it would look better. Since I have pretty much zero experience in 3D, I downloaded a free car model off TurboSquid for me to use and imported it into Godot. Dan wanted the player to wipe fog off the windshield with windshield wipers, but the car model was created as one object. All I did to fix this was duplicate the model, delete the wipers on one, and delete everything but the wipers on the other. All I have to do now is make the wipers wipe like they should. How about this? Nope. There we go. Finally, since the settings app didn't do anything significant, we decided to change it to the Messenger app for more storytelling. Now the player can read old messages to get a feel for old relationships. In order for the windshield wipers to have any functional value, we needed to make fog for the player to wipe away. So while Dan was working on the 3D part of the game, he had me make a shader for the window. And, well, I don't know how to make shaders. So off I went to learn. After following a tutorial, I went to put the shader on the window, but it didn't work. So I scrapped the shader and restarted. Once that was done, it still didn't work. I was probably doing something wrong, but I didn't know what it was, so we scrapped that idea, unfortunately rendering the windshield wipers useless. On the final day, I sent Dan my part of the game for him to combine with his. There were a few complications, like the file being too big, and at one point we even uploaded the wrong file, but we got the okay from one of the admins, and so we waited. Holy crap, I did not expect this game to get this much attention. This is probably the most exposure I've gotten since I started making games. As well received as the game was, around half of the players unfortunately mistook the meaning of the game, thinking it was about driving while on the phone. But I'm not blaming the players, it's our fault for not communicating that well enough. If you want to check out our game, I've left the link down in the description. As always, thanks for watching, don't die, and have a great rest of your day.